run the train.
I make music as Haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. Today we're going to be talking about automation. Some people complain about Ableton's automation. I'd like to argue that Ableton's automation is way more straightforward when you dive into it a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be a short video, not too crazy. We're going to get into some of the basics, some pretty cool tricks that you probably didn't know about, and learning about some ways that you can use it more effectively. All right, time to put the headphones on. So I have a loop right here. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so we're just going to be focusing on just the auto filter so we can really hear what it's doing, and so it makes a little bit more sense. So right here, I'm gonna loop this section. If you want to loop a section, you can highlight the section, press Command L, and it'll loop it for you. Some people get stuck like, how do I even turn on automation? Where do I even find it? You can just press A. If you press A and nothing happens, probably means you've got this button right up here selected, because you're using your keyboard as your piano. But what if you're like, well, I need to use my keyboard as my piano and I don't want to have to keep going up here and clicking this every time? Well, that's pretty easy too. So if you want to engage automation with another key, you can just press Command K and all this stuff turns orange. And I have mine set to period right there. So when I press period, it also engages the automation. So you can see right up here, if I got my keys enabled to where I can play on my computer keyboard, then I can press period and turn that on. Even when I press A, I can turn that on and off. So now we're looking at the automation lane, and we're looking up here on the group. And you could do this on individual channels if you want, or if you wanted to do it on the whole group, it's up to you. So what we're going to be automating right now is this. So you can see when I move this dial right here, that line moves up and down. It's a visual representation of where that knob is. I engage the automation, and you can see it right here, and then I can come over here, and you'll notice too that these snap to the grid. If you want to turn off the grid, you just hold Option. But in this case, we want it to snap to the grid. So I'm going to click this one right here. I'm going to put that there, and now I'm going to make a third point, and I could just click and just drag that like that. So now it goes like this. Let's maybe even make it longer. We can click and drag them and extend them if we wanted to. But we still want that movement effect. So what I can do here is I can hover my mouse over this line here, and then I can hold Option, and you can see that little plus sign turns into a little curve, and I can make this and curve this up. So now it goes like this. Say we wanted to do this over and over and over again. And let's say we wanted this to repeat the whole way through. Well, we could just highlight this section and just Command D, or Command C, Command V if we wanted to paste it somewhere else. Now let's say that, like, oh yeah, well I want to do like a complicated shape, and you know, it's just, and I don't want to have to make a new shape. Well, that's pretty cool too. You can come over here and you can pick any one of these cool shapes. Look at that. There's already one with a curved line on it. You can pick one that's got a triangle, and we're like, no, that's way too big. What are you doing? Well, no worries. Just hold your horses. We'll make a small one. We'll just highlight this little section here and make a small one. And we can even do this too. If we wanted to, like, we made a small one here, we can highlight this and then click and drag out like that. One thing that I haven't seen too many people talk about is this. You can highlight a section here. Let's say if we wanted to just have one little section, maybe we wanted to cut all the frequencies. We wanted to pull this parameter all the way down instantly. Well, we can highlight this section, and rather than coming in and making a point here and making a point here and making a point here and making a point here, what we could do is we could just highlight this section and hold Shift, click, and down, just like that. We don't even have to make those points either. We could just grab this section, highlight it, click and pull down, just like that. So that applies too if you're trying to make a really precise point, like say if we wanted to move this, maybe we wanted it just a little bit over and we were having trouble like with getting it exactly where we want. Well, we can hold shift and now it'll lock. We combine that with option or command, I mean. We can get it exactly right. It will not allow us to go up. But if we did want it to go up and we didn't want it to move side to side, we can hold shift and it'll go only up and down. And it'll slow it down too so we can get it really precise. So let's talk about multiple lanes of automation. Well, if we wanted to, we could just click another point here, like anything that we can click on and adjust, usually you're going to be able to automate it. So what we can do here is, let's say we wanted to automate the resonance here. And you can see it changes our automation lane from up here, disappears when we click this. But what if we want to see it? Maybe our automation is supposed to work together. Well, what we can do here is we can click this. We'll click our first parameter. And we will click the plus sign just like that. We can see this automation lane. So when we click our resonance here, if we wanted it to go up as this thing goes down, we could do that. We could do that as many times as we want too. So if we wanted to make another automation lane, we could do that and just keep going down the line. And if we wanted to collapse all these, we could just close that up, hide them so we don't have to see them anymore. The last thing is to remember, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you like this video, share it with a friend. It really helps if we get the word out, and so I can help as many of you guys as possible. Feel free to shoot me an email, hit me up on social media. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. I want to help you guys. This is why I make these videos every week. So I hope to hear from you guys soon, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Peace. Yeah, run the track. I'm getting